Welcome to Turning Pages with Bree. So glad you are here spending some of your TIME time here with me on another video. This video, and I always forget to say this. Thank you all returning subscribers, and thank you anybody that is new here. Welcome. So glad you have decided to spend some of your time with me on this video. So let's get right into it. This video is going to be me sharing with you some books, 12 books to be exact, that are going to be coming out in this month, July. So probably should have had this already released, but just thought of it and wanted to share a few books that I found that I may be interested in, and so thought you might be interested in them as well to add to your ever-growing TBR. So we're going to get right into this, so to not make this too terribly long. Okay, so I'm going to start out with some thrillers, because normally I talk about romance all the time, right? Stop thinking that. Anyways, this is London, if you don't know. Anyways, the first one is Helpless. Okay, this is by, of course, I forgot to put that down, Jessica Knoll. New author to me, have not read anything by her, but it tweaked my interest. This is a psychological thriller. It explores a toxic relationship, some obsession, with a plot that involves kidnapping, and it has a shocking twist. So that sounded like something that may be my jam. So I was like, let me check that out. So maybe you might want to as well. The next one is Getting Away with Murder by Shari Lapena. Okay, I tend to like Shari Lapena's writing. I've read several of her books in the past, so when I seen that she was coming out with something else, I actually seen this on NetGalley. I think the early part of, or the end of, towards the end of last year or the beginning of this year, and so definitely want to check that out. It is, of course, a thriller book about a wealthy couple in New York who plots to murder a family member to solve their financial issues that they're having. So it sounded interesting, and it probably will be good because I like her writing. The next one is A Hot Girl Murder Club by Ashley Winstead. She's a new author to me. I have not read anything by her, but this is a thriller book about a pop star who becomes the prime suspect in a series of murders targeting powerful men. So that sounded really interesting, kind of sounded intriguing. Seems like it probably would be a Netflix special or a Netflix movie. Anyways, the next one is Ember by Naima Simone. I don't think I've read anything by this author either. She's new to me, but this is actually the second book in this particular series called a Haunted Kingdom series. This is a dark Cinderella retelling inspired mafia romance. And it's sounding kind of interesting, you know, Cinderella, dark romance, what could be going on there? So made me kind of want to go check out book 1, then to hop into book 2. So anyways, the next one is Black Girls Don't Cry by Alex Travis. This is a story of a black teen that decides to run for prom queen in a predominantly white school, high school, and the competition takes a deadly turn. So that is going to be interesting because it looks like it's a little bit of romance and a little bit of thriller. We'll see. The next one is Savvy Summers and the Po' Boy Perils by Sandra Jackson Apoku. And I read the first book in this series, Savvy Summers and the Sweet Potato Crimes, I think it was called. Enjoyed it. It was a cozy mystery. This is another cozy mystery. I liked that writing. It was interesting. It was funny and good at the same time. It was suspenseful, I would say, a little bit, but it wasn't like scary, like anything like that. So I like that cozy mystery vibe. The next one is Hook, Line, and Star-Crossed, and that is by Miss T.L. Martin, Takara Martin, also known as. And this would be a sports romance. This is about one of the players on this soccer team called the Strikers that she has came up with in her little world. And I like her writing. I've read a few books by her now, and she's out of Atlanta as well. She's an author out of here. And so I'm beginning to like her books a lot more than I thought I would. So I am interested in diving into this one as well. Anyways, the next one is Fall for Me by Miss Camilla Isley. This is a romance about a runaway bride who crashes into a billionaire, of course, in a small town setting. So this is one of your small town romance books. I like Camilla Isley books. I've read, I think, at least 2 of them in the past. And so one of them I did start and I didn't kind of like that one. So didn't want to stop reading her because one, I didn't care for, so continue to want to pick up some of her books. And this is a new one that's coming out this month. The next one is The Roommate Rule by Georgia Stone. This is a contemporary romance book about 2 opposites who are forced to share a cabin. So forced proximity, you know, romance, y'all already know what that is going to entail. But it seemed kind of cutesy, and so I put it on the list. The next one is Falcon the Football Player by Miss B. Love. This is a romance book. Of course, it's a sports romance book. I mean, it's in the title. And it sounds interesting. And I'm trying to think if I've read anything by B. Love. I don't know that I have, but I may be wrong in that. But anyways, it sounded like it may be something I want to pick up, and it's going to be new, coming out this month, actually the 7th of this month, so pretty soon. And the next one is I'm So Mega by Mel Dow. This is, of course, a urban romance, and it's coming out, is it July 2nd or June? Anyways, it's coming out in this month. And let me tell you, if you have not read Mel Dow's Mega Man? I think it's the first one, and then she had a second one came out, I think last year or the year before. Anyways, the Mega Universe. Start with the first one and work your way up. It is a good ride. It is so good. It is so funny. It is urban, but it is gonna have you on the edge of your seat with laughter and just the antics of Mega and his world and how he sees it. It deals with mental illness issues, but she does it in such a funny and just, it keeps you engaged. Mel Dow, she can do no wrong with that. It is just, I cannot wait till it comes out because I am for it and ready to read it. And the last one is Give Me Some Real by Winter Time. This is a romance book. It deals with a 36-year-old female or FMC that didn't know what to expect from a 40-year-old MMC when he saves her life from a tragic event. So we can just imagine how that's gonna go. Of course, it's romance. It sounds really interesting. And I have heard of Winter Time, but I have not read anything by her. This is new, coming out this month. So maybe I'll start here. I don't know, we'll see. So hopefully these were a good list of books for you to pick from. That was a good choices that I picked to share with you guys, that weren't something that you would see on everybody else's channel. That's one of the things that I did want to make sure that I put out some books that I was not seeing other channels putting out. And maybe 1 or 2 of them may have been repeats of some other people's, but I wanted to kind of highlight some folks that weren't being shined because they deserve shine too, right? So anyways, hopefully this was short and quick and sweet, and it gave you what you needed to know what you need to put on your TBR next. All right, I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.